Greetings and welcome back to We Review Microphones in the Clutter Cave. This is a microphone and I'm gonna review it. So today I'm reviewing this guy, the CAD Zoe or CAD Zoe. If you are interested in this guy, it'll set you back around 40 bucks on Amazon. As per usual, link in the description. And for this video, I have the mic connected directly to my Mac with my input gain set at around 5 or 10%. I will do no post-processing, but may boost the audio in post, so check the doobly-doo for that information. Now let's go ahead and talk about what comes in the box. You're obviously going to get the microphone. You get a desktop tripod stand. You get a 1.2 meter cable, and you get some documentation. Now, as far as the build quality, this thing just doesn't feel that great. The body is all plastic and feels very cheap. Then at the top, you have a metal grill. And I do want to note that although this microphone does look like a top address microphone, it is a side address microphone, so you need to speak into this portion right here on the front. Speaking of the front, on the front of the microphone, you're going to find a headphone volume up and down button. Then in between those two, you have a microphone mute button that will be blue when it is on or red when the mic is muted. As you move around the microphone, you'll find nothing, but on the back, you have a 3.5 millimeter headphone output, which I was not able to get zero latency monitoring out of, so you will be able to hear your computer's playback if you set this mic as your audio output, but you're only going to be able to hear what you're saying into the microphone if you're running it through a program that allows for microphone monitoring. Then directly beneath that, you have a USB port to connect this to your computer, and on the bottom of the microphone, you have a standard 5/8 inch mounting thread. As far as specs, you'll find a cardioid polar pattern, a frequency response of 50 Hz to 16 kHz, a bit depth of 16 bit, a sampling rate of 44.1 or 48 kHz, and this microphone is compatible with Windows or Mac. Now I'm moving around the microphone's capsule to determine what the actual polar pattern is and how the audio changes as we move around the microphone's capsule. Now I'm banging on a keyboard with Cherry MX Blues directly behind the microphone to see how much of my voice versus how much of the keyboard it picks up. Awesome. Now I'm about 1 foot away from the microphone. Now I'm about 2 feet away from the microphone. And now I'm about 4 feet away from the microphone. Okay, so now you can see that I have my sound preferences open and my gain is at maybe 5 or 10%. I'm going to go ahead and drop this down to 0% and slowly increase it so you can hear what kind of line noise is generated by this mic's preamp. 25%. 50%. 75%. 100%, and we are starting my ASMR career today. Now I have the CAD Zoe connected directly to my Windows 10 PC. I have turned off the automatic gain control or AGC and set my gain to about 90%, and this is the audio that we're getting in this setup. Now I still have the CAD Zoe connected to my Windows 10 machine. I've turned the automatic gain control back on. My input level is set at 20, and these are the levels we're getting, and this is how the microphone sounds. All I wanna know, where'd you put the sticker that comes with my microphone? So in all honesty, I wanted to like this microphone so bad, but so far I've only liked one of the 4 CAD mics that I've tested out. In terms of pros, it is a relatively cheap microphone. It has a headphone port which does have volume controls, and it has a microphone mute button which is always nice to have. But then in terms of cons, in my opinion, it just did not sound that good on anything I tested it on, and when I was using it on the Mac, it had this constant digital interference which makes the audio pretty much unusable. Also, just like previous CAD mics I've tested, this thing is insanely sensitive on the Mac, so I had to keep my input gain at around 5 or 10%, which gives me very little headroom to play around with if I'm recording anything I want to mess with in post. It doesn't feel that well built, but I can't really fault it because of the price tag. The aforementioned headphone port does not offer latency-free monitoring. This thing is just oddly designed, which I think will confuse people, which will ultimately lead them to speak into the wrong part of the microphone. And lastly, with the desktop tripod stand, you can't position this thing properly. If you wanted to speak into it, you would have to bend down and talk right into the front of it. I would have loved to have seen a way to tilt this microphone so you could at least position it towards your mouth. So I hate to say this, and I am sorry to say it, CAD, but I just can't recommend this microphone to anybody. For 40 bucks, I think there are much better options out there that would suit all your needs a lot better. Alright guys, I guess that'll do it for today. If you found this video fun, interesting, or helpful, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you thought it sucked, thumbs down. If you want to influence the gear that I review next, head over to geeksrising.com/podcastage and cast your votes there. If you want more of these videos, subscribe. There's a logo beneath me. Check out the Discord server, link in the description, and I will see you all on Tuesday. Thanks for watching. Bye.